my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney.
Allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, used by Disney. Like, dude, stop it, right? You lost control. You need to let go of that control. Engage the controls that you still have. Engage your... Hey, my friend. Welcome back to my Empire Pro Studios, Man of Prestige, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about Kanye one more time. Just one more time. Kanye is the content gift that keeps giving, sadly, because I really on one side this is content, this is just business. On the other side, it's like, this is sad to look at another gentleman just basically flushing himself down the drain in spite of all the money, in spite of all of the high value status, right? And this is a good example that I have to point out to the audience of the manosphere. You know, it is what it is. But I keep looking at examples like this in real life. I've pointed a few of them out here, and we'll keep doing that. And I want you to subscribe, like, and share this video because my truth is this, okay? My truth is a function of results, time, and patience, right? I don't say anything out of just random recorded data by studies of research of scholarly bullshit. None of that. We look at simple results, and I can point out the results and how you can avoid it. Kanye has been going down the drains, and we all can't deny it. We're watching it right in front of us in real time, right? We're watching it right in front of us in real time, and we really can't deny that this is what's happening. Okay, that's precisely what we're looking at. We're looking at what is happening right now. And I did a few videos already about Kanye and Kim Kardashian losing his wife, potentially losing his children because of all of this public behavior. He thinks it's above the law. He thinks it's in control. He thinks he can control. There's a lot of young men that feel this way, and usually the examples that I'm actually going to point out are not the one that are misbehaving, but the ones that actually think they're doing the right thing, right? I'm talking about to you that you think you're doing the right thing. The ones that think, hey, I'm just doing this for my kids. I'm just speaking the truth. Like, you can't stop me from speaking the truth. Like all these phrases that you will hear with good Mr. Nice Guy type of good boys who think they're entitled to the world just because they're walking in straight lines. That I'm talking to you. And working a straight line does not guarantee you. The only thing that can guarantee you is to be a perpetual student of wisdom. Wisdom is a moving goalpost. You can't. Knowledge is like one goalpost, right? That's why you hear people argue all the time and say, "Hey, you're moving the goalpost." Well, when it comes to real life and reality, it's a moving goalpost. It's a moving target, and Kanye doesn't understand that. And like a lot of people. So I want to touch on some of these things that's going on here. He's lost his wife. He's afraid of losing his children. And you attract what you fear the most. You attract what you fear the most. The way it happens is very magical. It's very, you know, it's almost like what? It's just effective. It's basically happens like that all the time. If you're operating out of fear, like we all have fear, don't get it twisted. We all have fear. But at some point you gotta be like, okay, let me look at things not only from a pragmatic standpoint, because a lot of people are stuck on pragmatic standpoint. Pragmatic in your own idea has blind spot all around it. I was on Sir Hill's show yesterday. You know, using the word pragmatic reminds me of him, right? And he was talking about this topic, and I told him, I said, listen, this guy, he thinks he wanted to speak more towards his responsibility as an adult and our responsibility as adults when it gets to social media. And I was telling him, like, listen, the kind of guy he's obsessed with the idea that he's able to create. He's a genius when it comes to attention, when it comes to fashion designing, when it comes to music, when it comes to creating attention for the product that he sells. But he doesn't know where to draw the line. He doesn't realize that when it comes to family and children, It's going to be a little bit more than what you are used to. Being able to get on social media, say something stupid, and everyone is eating it up. Well, your family knows you a little bit differently. Maybe not better, but differently, right? So, whatever attention you're looking for on social media, your social media may just be entertained, right? Lunatics are entertaining to watch, right? But you definitely don't want them as a family member. That's a loose translation from a Yoruba proverb, by the way. It's entertaining to watch lunatics dance in the market, right? In the public market, but you don't want them to be your family members, right? Especially when it comes to certain behavior. So imagine somebody who is actually a family member, your children being able to see this behavior. Okay, never mind that they're children, right? But your wife, who is going to have access to all of these children, who's going to give you access to these children, right? Who's going to take care of these children for the most part? Never mind all the cap. I take care of my children. Bullshit. For the most part, bullshit. There are good fathers in terms of being present with your children, but that's not all it takes. It takes a lot of emotional intelligence to learn how to create a long-term safe space for your children. In the immediate, you may feel like you're doing the right thing because you are fighting their mother. Fighting their mother in the short term looks good, but it's stupid when you look at the results you're creating long-term. So it's about letting go. And I was trying to tell him that it's about letting go of the powers that you already don't have, that you already lost. And then re-engaging the power that you have. The power that you have right now is your emotions. And if you learn how to manage that, you are in a very slow but steady way. It seems very slow. It's not that slow, by the way. In a slow, steady way, you will build respect back up. People will have no choice because, listen, Kanye West is a highly respectable person if he can get this shit together, because he's proven that he's extremely valuable to society. He's proven that. But all of this shit will fail if you don't know how to manage your home. Your home starts from your heart, your emotions, how you display that in public. So now he's found himself in a space where he's fighting with the public. He started a fight with the new boyfriend. He's already lost his wife to Skete Davidson. We know that for a fact. This happens every time. You already lost your wife to some random dude in a male hospital, right? You already lost her. So now, what is the natural thing to do as a man who don't know any better? You think you should fight and just fight that person. And I told him, I told Sahil, I said, he needs to pretend like none of this other stuff. Well, I said, this guy doesn't exist. Skete Davidson, right? And he said, oh, no, I think you should actually respect that they exist. I'm saying the same shit. The point is that don't put so much attention on it. Don't put so much attention on bullshit. Bullshit means anything you can't control, anything that is not within your leverage zone, you need to ignore it. You're trying to take care of your children. Okay, you need to zone in on what that's going to take. What it's going to take for you to accomplish that. From not just the legal standpoint, which most of manosphere are stuck on, is stupid. You don't really have a control there anyway, as you've acknowledged yourself, right? Not just from a legal standpoint, not just from a physical standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, the biggest variable in all of this, right? You're gonna have to take a short-term hell. You lost your wife. It is what it is. That's not the end of the world. Failure is a big part of life. You have to learn how to manage your emotions. There's no way around it. If you don't, your emotions are still playing out, and you're just calling it facts over feelings. You're just calling it different names. You're just stuck on semantics. I'm talking about how you feel. What is making you feel how you feel? Learn how to manage that. That's what I mean by emotions. Never mind your stupid semantics, okay? Then the way you display that, how does that affect the people in your world? Never mind if you like them or not. How does that affect them in a way that it can affect you back? It's always a dance, especially when your children are involved. These are your responsibility, the Kanyes of the world. The emotions, managing your emotion, you would admit at least that managing your emotions is your responsibility. And it's harder to manage when you feel like you're losing. It's even harder to manage when you're a billionaire and everyone around you are basically yes mans because they just need to feed their family. It's even harder when you've been a genius and you've been successful in so many things, but you feel like you're failing at family and your children, and now you feel like, nah, that can be you. No, you have to take the L sometimes so you can win in the mid to long term. You have to do that. That's just part of life. You can't win all of the battles. This is just a stupid way to move in life. Okay, not stupid, but not so wise. Okay, let me be a little bit nice, because majority of us make this mistake. Especially those of us that we think we are being pragmatic, we think we're being intentional, especially those of us, right, that we like, I fall in the same category. I like to make sure things are a certain way, but that has built a certain blind spot for me in the past, and that's why I'm pointing this out to you. I'm not talking about the bad guys. The bad guys are the bad guys, okay? The bad guys are still the anomaly. The majority of us are good people trying to do good things, but we end up doing something bad or something that creates a bad outcome, right? And it's not a matter of fault. It's just, hey, you got to pay attention. You have to pay attention. So here are some of the things that, I wanted to say that to you. Make sure you get this word, gentlemen. I want you to get this word in first before I go in a little bit deeper. Don't get stuck on my semantics. What I'm saying is that you have control of your emotions only, no more, no less. Okay, and that is an extremely powerful thing. And if you don't realize that, and you engage all these other powers that you don't have anyway, all these external things, like the idea of holding other people, adults that you don't know accountable, or people that you really don't have control anymore, you want to hold them accountable, you're gonna lose 100% of the time. But you have the power to influence people with your emotions, with the ability to manage your emotions. You can influence the world. The world is basically at your feet when you learn how to manage your emotions. That's what we mean by an emotional intelligence. And I don't think you have any other power outside of that. The legalities of this world are not within your power. That's the society at large, and there's always going to be something that will fall short. AKA, when I end up in a court system with my children, there's a good chance that those children will end up with my wife and not me. It is what it is. It's unfair. Yeah, deal with it. Life is unfair. In love and war, all is fucking fair, man. When romance is involved, which no one ever wants to talk about, this is romantic relationships when it started. Emotions are everywhere. No one wants to talk about that. Everyone wants to just pretend like, oh no, this was just always, this is just adults that need to act like adults. Nah. You're an adult. You need to act like an adult. Let's use that. Let's start with you. Let's start with you, bro. And by the way, it has nothing to do with being an adult. It has zero to do with that. If these people we're talking about wake up in the morning, they go to their job to go get a paycheck in the next 2 weeks, they're acting like an adult. That has nothing to do with the emotional turmoil between you and another adult. You need to, if you're going to call that being an adult, you need to start with you. That means hold yourself accountable. From an emotional standpoint, that means you understand that you don't get to control other people, not even your children. I was talking to all these kids on Clubhouse, and I told them, like, listen, even beyond 7 years old, you don't really have control of your kids. And everybody went stupid. They started asking me stupid questions like, oh, where's your data? Fuck your data. If you need me to provide you with data to understand that beyond 7 years old, a child's personality is already made, and the only thing you can do is influence, you need to listen more than you're talking. If you need me to say that to you, like, come on, right? You're probably just in the wrong room, okay? You're listening to the wrong person. Just wait until I finish talking and you move on, or fucking leave whatever platform we're talking about, right? I'm talking to people that I know for a fact, like all of us, if they don't hit rock bottom, like Kanye is about to hit rock bottom right now, never mind the finances, money, he's gonna be fine, because there are people that get paid to make sure he's fine. But I'm talking about emotional, the biggest thing ever, right? He's gonna, if he doesn't hit rock bottom, he's not gonna listen. All of us are like that. I get that. Like, when you haven't hit the rock bottom, you're asking, show me the data. But when you hit the rock bottom, you don't need data. What you need is solutions. Anything that looks like solution, you'll be looking for it. Why do you want to wait until that point before you start to assume potential solutions for all of these different problems. It doesn't have to happen like this. It only happens like because you're engaged in a very nasty level, at an emotional level. Or maybe not so nasty. Maybe you simply lost control of your emotions. You're not paying attention. And most people, I know for a fact that I'm right, right? I don't like to want to claim that, but I know, because I know most people just argue because they even process what I'm trying to say, right? Most people just basically, they just start asking for stupid information because they haven't hit rock bottom. Especially people in the Western society, they feel like they're in control. You're in control of your emotions, of yourself. That's it. Get that right. Get that in the score. Get that in your mind. No other thing, right? So look at this right now. Here's a text message. Yo, it's Skete. Can you please take a second and calm down? This is the boyfriend of the wife. How did this guy get in your world? It doesn't matter if the girlfriend is there. Like, you really should not. Don't ever worry about some other male in the hospital, because what's going to happen is you're going to push your wife further away to them. You're going to have all the disrespect come after you. That's what's going to happen. He says it's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. Why should the boyfriend of your ex-wife be telling you this? This is so sad. I don't care what happened between you and your ex-wife. You shouldn't be the last person to recognize them as the good mother that they are, or potentially could be. Like, even if they're a bad mother, you have to be able to at least see the potential, or see how you're creating or helping in creating a bad result, right? Oh no, the men should be blamed for everything. You see your problem? You don't pay attention to where you can engage your power. You're more so paying attention to how you're a victim. And that doesn't work in this society because you're a man. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you're so lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore. He's saying us. This motherfucker is saying us. He doesn't even belong there. He's just a little boy on the side, a bum, like O'Shea Dick Jackson called him. But you've given him this platform because you lost control of your emotions. Now he's sending random text. Check this one out. Kanye has lost its emotion. Is now threatening comedians, threatening D.L. Hughley, people like D.L. Hughley, the comedian, and that one is just strolling and making fun of him. He says, Kanye, it's just too bad that you're acting like a nut. That you acting like a nut won't stop Pete from busting one. You attract all of this disrespect. You attract your disrespect. At least in the mid to long term. In the short term, people can come in your world and be disrespectful, but how you respond to that is your responsibility, and will determine if you continue to attract the disrespect or not. Right? Very, very important to pay attention to. Here we go. Kanye crying. This was on my daughter's backpack when I was allowed to see her last week. This is allowed. He said allowed. This is a man who is crying, I'm a victim. The allowed could be a short-term L. And how you manage your emotions in that place can end up being a win, meaning you get to control. Because this is Kim Kardashian, the same girl that you were able to take away from another man, by the way, from what it looked like at least. She was with this guy, Chris Humphrey, when you came into their world, and that shit completely deteriorated. People always forget what they did, by the way, how they were just being good people who have happened to have created bad outcome for other people in the past, right? This is why I go so hard for my family. I'm wired to protect my family at all costs as the priest of my home. Bullshit, word salad. Let me use Willie D's words here. Let me see if I can find it. Willie D. Where's Willie D? Watch this. Good father. I'm a good father, so watch this, right?
Don't play me like that. Don't play with my name like that. I'm a real person who wants the best for my children. You know, that's admirable, right? I'm a real person that wants the best for my children. Everybody be like, yeah, black fathers, go. And then he says, don't play with my name.
So it's admirable, right? You say certain things in your words, it's just like, wow, you're just trying to be a good father. If you don't get me, slap your face right now, because again, pay attention to just beyond your stupid words and your pragmatic mindset. The world doesn't operate that way. Your emotions are playing a role, always yours. Then other people's emotions are playing a role. So just anything you say in any good moment is just as good as that moment. It sounds good, it's bullshit. Right? So this is one of those examples right here. This was on my daughter's backpack, but I think actually Kim actually had a response for that. I'll see if that comes up later. Yeah, Kim was like, stop pushing this narrative, because again, her story is probably going to be different. Even if you're not exactly lying, other people's story will be different. You're going to feel like they're lying, and then you're going to end up with another argument. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Where you could just back off a little bit. Listen, you failed at your marriage. You failed at your family. Back off a little bit. Just back the fuck off a little bit. Let things simmer. Let things settle down. Let God work on the situation. But no, I just gotta hold them accountable. Hold adults accountable. You lost from the moment you think that way. You lost instantly, because you don't have that control. You don't have that power. The only power you have is your ability to use your emotions, manage your emotions, to influence the world into the results you're looking for. That's it. Oh, the other power you have, you can go to school, get some certificate, and have a job on Friday. But when it comes to other human beings, the only thing you can, including your children, to a large extent. You don't like to hear that, oh, the society is getting our community. Yeah, that's your problem. Because again, you're actively engaging with things you can't control. The world is moving a certain way, but you want to move backwards. As opposed to the same, God continues to give you power to control your emotions, to manage your emotions so you can influence. Listen, I demonstrate this all the time. I showcase this, right? There's a video I would have loved to show you, but that's another video entirely. There's more than enough time to go through this, right? Skete Davidson will become the latest celebrity to fly to space. This guy is all over the place. We're now getting his name. We're getting news on CNN about him because you're giving him attention. That wasn't your intentions, but you're doing it. See, you thought you had the power of intention, right? But you didn't, because you don't apply that to how you manage your emotions. Kanye West and all the Kanyes of the world, because I doubt if Kanye will ever see this video. I'm talking about to all the Kanye West of this world. And if you know people that are Kanye West, you need to tell them. First of all, share this video with them, by the way. It's about managing your emotions. It's about managing your emotions. Excuse me. All right. Let's see here. He's good at getting attention. He's extremely good at getting attention, right? But that's just as good as this. Not all attention is going to help you with your sense of fulfillment in life, right? And this is the same boots that DL Hughley is making fun of right now. Let's see if I can get him to.
I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family and trying to promote something.
Sounds so much like the manosphere.
Allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney.
Allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, used by Disney. Like, dude, stop it, right? You lost control. You need to let go of that control. Engage the controls that you still have. Engage your emotions that you can choose. It's a choice. Everyone likes to talk about what is a choice, right? It's a choice. You can choose to engage your management of your emotions and let time use the trend, okay? Use the trend of the ocean, the feminine energy, chaotic, beautiful energy of the feminine energy of basically Mother Nature, time, patience. Use that in your favor, because then God has a chance to work on these people that you love, your ex-wife, and then she can start to come around. I don't care if she go remarry. She has no choice with the way how you move. If you can move appropriately to basically gravitate towards making sure that the father is in their baby's life, which it looks like Kim is still trying to make some efforts here. But again, he's stuck on, I know y'all don't like fathers, but bullshit. I know what bullshit smell like when I hear them. I know most people don't. I get it. Everybody's just intentional and pragmatic. I get it. Okay? But let's come back to the real world, the reality, the actual reality, not the bullshit reality on paper. Okay, let's come back to the reality. You don't have that much control. You don't. You can influence if you learn how to influence. You can, absolutely. It's an extremely powerful thing to do.
I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I don't
care.
Say so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not. There's no such thing as 50-50 custody.
He's making it all inclusive. He's bringing you into it. Most men, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody. Okay, deal with it. You don't have a choice. Listen, even if you're gonna change that law later, you don't have a choice right now. And by the way, you're still an extremely powerful person. You're going to create terrible results for yourself by not paying attention, coming on social media and acting like a stupid person. Shout out to the Shade Room for all of this, by the way. Shout out to Shade Room.
With in society today, that's not even. It always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
No. Well, they do. I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate.
I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her.
So this kind of people always assume that somebody is deliberately out to get them when people are just living their life. They're trying to move on. They're trying to live their life. That's all she's probably trying. No, that's all she's trying to do. Not probably. That's what she's trying to do. But of course, right now in his headspace, he thinks somebody's out to get him. She's actively trying to hurt me, antagonizing me, forgetting that this is another human being that's just trying to live, right? Are there people that will antagonize you? Yes, they exist, motherfucker. Yes, but they're not the most people. Oh, by the way, they're the most of the people that you've hurt, or they feel like you've hurt them. So you don't have to have hurt them. You just have to feel like you've hurt them. You were ex-wives and ex-husbands together. So why would you expect anything else? I don't understand. Why would you expect anything else and not engage the only power that you have in that space? Your emotions. Managing your emotions. Get the fuck off of social media. They're not going to help you. They're going to watch you because lunatics are entertaining to watch. That's it.
Her father, I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said, I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say.
It sounds good on the surface, but some of you can't even dig a little bit deeper and see between his words, right? And read him. Like a fucking book. I can read all over it. Look at this expression on his face. There's a man who lost control and is actually not trying to hold on to something he already lost. And that's not his leverage point. He doesn't have the key. He does not have the key. And he's not looking for the key. He just want to be all over his emotions.
So, and then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I don't. So when we had the Donda 2 release in Miami.
So some of the people will hear the Donda 2 thing and they say, oh, he's this genius. He's always intentional. This guy is not that intentional. Maybe from a business standpoint. But that's also stupid when your family is involved. That's also just dumb. It's just as dumb, right? It doesn't matter how much money he's get to create from this. Obviously, he needs something extra than money. He's a billionaire to create happiness. He's not happy. You better get that in your head, right? All right.
I got a flight for all my kids to come from Calabasas to come to Miami to see the kids. Then assistant hit me and said, all the kids, they said the kids are there. When the plane took off, I got a text from Kim that said, North won't be on the plane. You see, this is the kind of stuff that's just like the Chicago birthday party. And I'm glad that y'all saw in the variety.
So there's two possibilities. North won't be on the plane. It could be because she's antagonizing you. You're right. It could also be because some other 50 million other things happened. Are you a man enough to calm the fuck down and just assess the situation and relax and know that this one event is not going to end up being the rest of my life? Are you? Or are you just going to be your emotions and yell at the top of your lungs? I see this all the time in the manosphere. I see them when they come on these panels. I'm watching. I don't come on because I can't engage feminine energy. I just can't. It's not worth my time. Okay? Yeah. This is a real life example in front of your face.
Variety piece. What I have to do.
You see him? This nigga's about to choke himself.
The Doves high school basketball game. We hold one in California. My daughter loves basketball. I want her to see the league that her father started.
Every time he says my daughter, some of you engage that as like, oh, right? Oh, he's such a good father. I'm not saying he's not a good father. I'm saying that's not enough. Emotions. Remember that?
North kid go to that game. Now we got Sunday service this morning at 10 a.m. and it's North had a sleepover, so she can't come to Sunday service. I moved the Sunday service up to 10 a.m. so that...
Oh, like he just wants his daughter. His good father wants his daughter to attend the Sunday service. Such a good father.
So when we had the Donda 2 release in Miami...
Right. He's lost control. Not just... Actually, he hasn't lost control of his family. He actually still has control of that. He's lost control of his emotions. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.